Good evening. I'm going to discuss for my project the effectiveness of virtual group counseling on academic success at California Connections Academy. Connections Academy is a wing of the Pearson Publishing Company and was founded in Baltimore, Maryland in 2001. In 2006, the first Connections Academy in California started in San Juan Capistrano. Today, there are 3 additional Connection Academy sites throughout the state: Central California, Ripon, and the North Bay. Throughout the country, an estimated 310,000 students in 30 states now attend online schools. Although 2 of our 4 sites have offices, students work with their teachers and counselors in an online environment known as Connexus. While online environments provide the benefit of flexibility, they also attract students who've struggled to be academically successful in brick-and-mortar schools. In fact, at California Connections Academy, a significant number of students are credit deficient. Unfortunately, students tend to fail or drop out of virtual courses at a much higher rate than they do in face-to-face ones. Dropout and failure rates for virtual programs are reported to be as high as 60 to 70% in some locations. So I wanted to find out, what is the effectiveness of online group counseling among adolescents? And specifically, does group counseling have a positive impact on student engagement or academic success in online school? Because we know that when students are engaged and connected with their teachers and their learning, then they are more likely to become successful students. While there's significant research with the use of online therapy with college students and adults, there's no significant research regarding e-therapy in teenagers. There is no research available on e-therapy in online schools or conducted by school counselors. In the literature review, I found that there were various terms that were used interchangeably in online counseling: cyber counseling, e-therapy, internet counseling, email therapy, and email. And there are 2 main types of online counseling: synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous is in real time, and asynchronous is email, where there's a delay in communication. One of the findings of the literature review spoke about anonymity, and that many of online users reported that they could feel better expressing themselves and more honest when they were in a virtual environment, presumably because there's less body language to discourage them from being honest. Hanley in 2009 suggests that this anonymity allows people to share information that would be much more difficult to discuss in a face-to-face environment. Another big topic in the literature review is about the working alliance. Research suggests that the working relationship is critical to the overall success of therapy. In research conducted with Masters of Social Work interns and undergrad students by Mishna in 2013, the data showed that the undergraduates felt a strong connection to their counseling interns, which interestingly was in contrast to the sentiment felt by the counseling interns. Hanley also found that young people valued engagement, rapport, and control in online environment. Mishna stated that the therapeutic or working alliance in e-therapy is equivalent overall to that in traditional counseling. And that part is really key. And I built off of that idea that, I could create this strong working alliance even though I'm not in person conducting the therapy. I decided on a 4-week intervention on academic success, which was conducted in a synchronous chat live lesson room. A live lesson room is in the platform of Connexus, and it allows me to be in charge and kind of monitor and mediate student conversations. It allows me to draw, present PowerPoints. It allows students to use microphones and videos, and it's a pretty amazing resource. The purpose was to work with students to help increase their grades, academic motivation, and success. And we talked about graduation requirements, study skills, the importance of attendance, goal setting, time management, and organizational skills. I conducted a pre-survey, and there were 5 questions on academic success and 6 questions on the format of the sessions. And the questions were the same in both pre and post survey. The questions are stated on the screen. A barrier to my academic success is, my grades are very important to me. I use a planner calendar. I set goals for myself. I know the requirements for graduation. And the students answered on a Likert scale, ranging from strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree, and not sure. The 6 questions about the format are again listed on the PowerPoint slide. It's easier to talk to a counselor using synchronous chat than on the phone, in contrast to email, where there's typically a delay in response time. Using the chat feature of the live lesson room is easy to use. It's easy to communicate with others using the chat feature. Using the synchronous chat, I was not able to share my feelings. I would recommend using synchronous chat for support groups for teenagers, and the pace of the sessions was slow because of the synchronous chat. Again, the students answered these questions using a Likert scale. So this is the data on the pre and post survey. I think I did not do a good job creating this, as this was my first research attempt, creating the survey for academic success. The questions were the same in both the pre-survey and the post-survey, so it maybe was unclear to students a little bit about, I should have added a few more words to their questions. Students in general, though, scored very highly, and the grades were important to them. They were using a calendar, they were creating goals, and they all felt strongly that they understood the graduation requirements. In the format, again, I think my questions were misleading because I didn't define in the pre-survey the word synchronous, and I think that really threw a number of the students off in their answers. However, if you look at the post-survey, when I did define the word synchronous, the students found that synchronous chat was easy to use, the technology was easy, they were able to communicate their feelings appropriately using synchronous chat, and they would definitely recommend synchronous chat as a way to conduct therapy for teenagers. So the implications of my research. Based on this research, I'm going to continue developing groups for California Connections. In fact, today I got the green light to begin groups for middle school students to begin after winter break. Conclusions. Clearly my students liked interacting with one another via group chat, and they felt really strongly that synchronous chat was a good way for them to communicate with each other and they universally agreed that the format was an appropriate one for teenagers. Again, the results of whether their academic success skills were positively impacted are inconclusive, I believe, for two reasons. One is due to the way that I wrote the questions, and the second reason is due to the fact that 4 students conducted the pre-survey, but only 2 students conducted the post-survey. If you get the chance, I would love for you to complete the survey on this presentation at the address shown on the screen. I welcome your feedback. Thank you very much.